Nonstop News.
It is what we do. Good morning. Nonstop News starts right now. We are the only TV station in town with 15 straight minutes of news, weather, and traffic, and it's right now. So there are issues with both right now. Joy's going to walk you through all the issues when it comes to your morning commute. 35 highlighted there. But first, we're going to start off with Jeanette. It's the weekend, which always makes us very happy, and a bit of a warm-up.
Yes, that's coming our way.
Call
but
30 a warm-up.
We have to get through today and tomorrow before the warmer weather comes in. Hey, next week, big warm-up. Live look outside. Raul B. Rodriguez law weather camera. Still dark outside. Sunrise not until about 7:10. Downtown San Antonio looking quite nice. It is cloudy and it is cold, but not quite as frigid as yesterday morning. You may remember this time yesterday we had temperatures in the low 20s with wind chills in the low teens to near single digits. 32 right now. Feels like it's 23 degrees with the north-northeast wind at 13 miles an hour. It is going to stay cloudy all day with the clouds in the northeast winds. Temperatures will stay in the 30s. We may top out at just 35 degrees. Bit of mist around early in the day, patches of drizzle this afternoon. We have to watch closely this evening, especially starting at about 10-11 p.m. up until about 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. There could be some freezing drizzle, freezing mist, maybe some sleet in the mix, and that could create some icy travel. The hill country is the one zone that's at greater risk for maybe some icy spots late tonight, tomorrow morning. Keep it right here. We'll take a look at some of those impacts and what you can expect through the weekend in your zone coming up in under 10 minutes.
All right, back to I-35. We've actually got some good news for you here. I know you can still see those flashing lights here on the entrance ramp to get onto the highway, but it's actually going to be in the main lanes where you'll notice the difference. And that is going to be because those construction closures and the wreck we were tracking in that area have since cleared. So this is southbound on I-35. We had construction between Olympia Parkway and Loop 1604. We had that wreck southbound at Retama Parkway. All lanes now open in that area, and we very quickly went from a 25-minute delay down to less than a 5-minute delay. Huge improvement. We'll keep watching that for you. I expect that will just return to normal within the next couple of minutes, at least until we hit rush hour. Downtown, we've got some construction closures still causing delays. This is also I-35, southbound between West Martin Street and Cesar Chavez, causing about a 5-minute delay there as well. You'll also notice that backup on the eastbound lanes of I-10 heading in towards the Y there. We're keeping an eye on all of this for you. We do have your South Texas Ford dealer Sky 4 above San Antonio right now. I'll bring you any updates he brings me with your on-time traffic.
All right, Joy, thanks. Governor Greg Abbott is getting some big help in pushing school choice across the finish line. Conservative political activist Riley Gaines in Austin yesterday, urging state lawmakers to approve that plan. She spoke from the steps of the state capitol promoting universal school choice and, quote, protecting parental rights.
We need to put the authority back to parents. They know their child best. They should be able to choose where their child gets their education, what best suits them.
So the state Senate passed a school choice bill this month. The battle in the House will be tougher, where a similar bill fell short a couple of years ago. The House filed their own version of school choice yesterday. It's a different plan than what the Senate proposed, including the cost. So instead of allocating a set amount like the $10,000 per student that the Senate suggested, this plan under the House gives families 85% of the average state money that pays for each student who is enrolled in public schools.
We never wanted to have a situation where we were funding more for an ESA than public school amounts.
Michaela Plessa is the vice chair of the House Democratic Caucus.
This bill is asking communities like mine to spend money to pay for impoverished school districts and for wealthy people to send their kids to private schools. And that should be unacceptable to everybody in the state of Texas.
Texas Republicans have filed legislation that would invest $9 billion in public schools. It is a separate bill, however, from the voucher plan. It's a lot of debate on this. You can go back really years since this all started. Money is a big factor. Emotion is a big factor. Some of the lawmakers' bills do use your money, taxpayer money, to fund the program. So we're asking, what do you think? Do you support using taxpayer money to fund school vouchers, money that some would use to pay for private school? And almost 70% say, no, you don't support it. Let us know what you think by scanning that QR code. Well, not everybody is on board with Judson ISD's plan to repurpose an elementary school into a disciplinary alternative education program. That school board says it's trying to figure out the best way to use Coronado Village Elementary. The school board president says no decision has been made. However, Robert Winning, who is a resident there in the area, says repurposing the school impacts resident safety, it decreases property value, and prevents attracting new families.
First thing they had on their list was to take something called J-Care, which is a disciplinary alternative education program, which is for the kids that are kicked out of school for drugs, truancy, but all kinds of crimes. I mean, some serious crimes.
So the district is holding a town hall at Coronado Village Elementary Monday night to hear from more of the public. 6:47 right now on this Friday. We've got some information on some breaking news that we had yesterday morning around this time. So now we know the IDs of the two guys who stole a truck at gunpoint and then led officers on a chase down Blanco Road. Police say 18-year-old Moses Perez and Daniel Ganalda stole a truck from a man's home on San Angelo Boulevard about 5:30 yesterday morning. Police then later found those two guys on Blanco Road. At one point, they ran a red light and slammed into a truck at the intersection of Jackson Keller. The person driving that truck was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. Those two suspects now face several charges, including aggravated robbery and assault. The New Seguin Police Unit case made a bust yesterday that could end up helping them solve cases from January. So officers arrested 20-year-old Christopher Montalvo Wednesday during a traffic stop. Investigators say they got the lead on him after a teenager was arrested during drive-bys back in January. Now, during the arrest, officers found a handgun with an illegal switch on it. Investigators think this could be the same gun used in January shootings.
There's a lot of this can be connected. We have some gang activity in our city. It's no different than any other city, but we do have it, and they're all connected one way or another. And if we can find the ties to bring them together, then we will bring charges against them.
Crews currently working to see if those bullets in that gun match those found at a crime scene. If that's the case, then Montalvo could face federal charges. Happening today, Spectrum and Councilmember Shakur are helping people dress for success here in San Antonio. That's always helpful. News 4's Tawny Davis live with more on how they plan to do that and who exactly they're helping. Tawny, good morning.
Good morning. Spectrum is donating about $2,500 to Dress for Success San Antonio, and in turn they will help the organization Military Rise. Now, Military Rise is a work readiness program that helps military members, veterans, and spouses who are going into the civilian workforce. Through this organization, they're able to serve members of the Army, Air Force, Marines, and Navy. Dress for Success San Antonio is one of the many nonprofits in Texas where Spectrum gets to volunteer. Recipients deliver a broad range of critical social services and underserved communities, including Military Rise. Through today's event, members will learn more about the program and go through mock interviews to get them prepared for their next job. Now, this event will be later this morning at 10 a.m. and it will be at the Dress for Success headquarters, which is on North Frio Street. Reporting live, I'm Tawny Davis. Back to you.
All right, Tawny, thanks. About 10 minutes now before 7 a.m. Happening now, Israel's prime minister is vowing revenge after the country says one of the 4 bodies returned is not the person that Hamas promised. So Hamas said it would return the bodies of 4 Israeli hostages as part of that ceasefire deal. Israelis said they were expecting a mother, her 2 children, and an elderly man. The Israeli military, though, says it tested all 4 sets of remains. One does not belong to the boy's mother. In fact, they say it doesn't match any of the hostages.
We will operate determinedly to bring Shiri home along with our hostages, both the living and the dead, and ensure that Hamas pays the full price for this cruel and vicious violation.
So the next scheduled exchange was set for tomorrow, but right now it's unclear if that will happen. Here's what we know this morning about the Pope's health. He's been in the hospital now for a week with double pneumonia and bronchitis. The Vatican says that he is getting better. Remember, he's 88 years old. They say last night did go well. He was up this morning eating breakfast.
Now your certified most accurate 4-zone weather with meteorologist Jeanette Caillet.
Well, it's been quite cold the last couple of days, and we're still dealing with more cold weather this morning. In fact, all day today, record cold. Lows this morning in the upper 20s to low 30s. The record low for today is 30 degrees. We're just above that right now. I think we'll get to about 30 degrees within the next hour. This afternoon, highs just in the mid 30s. Could see some mist, drizzle later today, especially into the afternoon. But late this evening through early tomorrow morning in San Antonio, we have to watch for freezing drizzle or very light freezing rain, maybe some sleet in the mix, and that could create some icy conditions, primarily from northern Bexar County up across the hill country. For Saturday afternoon, we'll see rain showers. That continues into Saturday night. It'll be drying out on Sunday, and then we're above freezing for Sunday. Next week, it is going to get a lot warmer. Something to look forward to if you're over the cold. Live look outside, Raul B. Rodriguez low weather camera, 32 and cloudy in San Antonio right now. North-northeast breeze at 10 miles an hour, giving us a feels-like temperature of 24 degrees. Air temperatures across the western hill country, 27 in Rock Springs, 28 in Kerrville and Bernie. It's almost 20 degrees warmer across the western hill country compared to this time yesterday, 36 down across Cotulla and Goliad. We'll keep it cloudy all day with the clouds and the northeast winds. Temperatures stay in the 30s. I think we'll manage to get to the mid 30s this afternoon. Areas farther west, specifically around Valverde County, this afternoon climbing into the 40s. There will be some sun there. Late this evening, once temperatures drop below freezing, 10, 11 o'clock tonight in San Antonio. In the hill country, could be earlier than that. We have to watch for the freezing rain, freezing drizzle. That'll likely continue on and off throughout tonight and until about 5, 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Could continue through late morning tomorrow in the hill country. Northern Bexar County and into the hill country is where I do expect some ice accumulations. Then once we get above freezing by 9, 10 a.m. Saturday, this turns into just liquid precipitation, and we'll have on and off showers throughout Saturday night, maybe a stray thunderstorm Saturday night, nothing severe. A shower could linger into early Saturday, then we gradually clear out from west to east on Saturday. This is where the ice could accumulate. Northern Bexar County up into Kendall, Comal, and Guadalupe counties, even a sliver of Wilson County there. We have to watch for the icy bridges, overpasses, flyovers. Caution from 10 o'clock tonight in the hill country, here in Bexar County, the central zone, including Wilson County in the eastern zone. We have to watch also for that until about 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, possibly up until noon Saturday in the hill country. Stay ahead of this by downloading the 4Zone weather app. You'll be able to track radar and also the temperatures. Cloudy and cold this morning, perhaps a bit of mist, and then this afternoon areas of drizzle, otherwise staying cloudy. Forecast high of 35. In the western zone, some sun, 43. Hill country will be cloudy and cold. Same for the eastern zone. Highs there closer to 36. For tonight, a 40% chance for that icy mix, freezing drizzle, freezing rain, or some sleet. And then tomorrow, once temperatures climb above freezing, we'll see some scattered showers. Forecast high of 40 degrees. 32 tomorrow morning, which is the freezing mark, 40 degrees in the afternoon. Sunday, we're dry in the afternoon, partly to mostly sunny, 65. Next week, plenty of sun with highs in the 70s to near 80. Late next week, it'll start to cool down, but it won't be cold. Here's the extended forecast for the other 3 zones. Hill country, 29 to 46 tomorrow. A little ice in the morning and then a couple showers for the rest of the day. Best chance of rain tomorrow is in the eastern zone.
Your South Texas Ford dealer Sky 4 now above the downtown area. You're looking at the Y and the southbound lanes of I-35 and I-10. Both moving a little bit slower this morning. That is because of some construction closures in that area. This is going to be southbound on I-35 between West Martin Street and Cesar Chavez, adding a little under 5 extra minutes for you heading through that area. Thankfully, this will probably stay about like that. That delay will not really go up or go down, at least until we pass through rush hour there. That's the only spot where we've got any significant lane closures. A look at the rest of San Antonio is actually really nice, lighter than usual traffic everywhere else. That's the latest with your on-time traffic.
All right, Joy, thank you. Time for one final look at some morning headlines. We have been working on getting details on a big wreck that happened long after the 10 o'clock news went off the air last night. So this is what we know about a traffic stop that then became a head-on crash last night about 11:30. This was at San Pedro and Fresno. Look at the aftermath of that car right there. Almas Park police pulled over a driver. That person then took off and ran into somebody else in an intersection. The suspect was taken to the hospital with serious head injuries. The other driver suffered minor injuries. Police do think that alcohol played a role in all this. Luigi Mangione, the man accused of killing the CEO of United Healthcare, is expected to appear in a New York Supreme Courtroom today. It is the first time he will be in court since pleading not guilty to murder charges of killing Brian Thompson. A judge is expected to ask both sides for an evidence exchange update. We also could get a trial date. The 26-year-old also faces federal stalking and murder charges, where he could face the death penalty. And finally, if you bought a ticket for our St. Jude Dream Home giveaway, there's an open house this weekend, so go out and check out the home. Tomorrow it's open from 10 to 3. Sunday it's open from 1 to 4. You're saying, where's the address? I don't know where it is. The address is on our website. Just search Dream Home in the search bar there at news4sa.com. By the way, we will announce the raffle winner on April 3rd.
That's awesome. And if you're going out tomorrow, you'll need the umbrella and your jacket. Sunday, though, we'll see some sun, and it warms up into the 60s Sunday.
Sounds like maybe a weekend to just sort of hang out and lay
Yeah,
low.
especially tomorrow.
Have a margarita. Ooh, look at that. Today's a gift. Make it count.